Hey guys, Josh here, and once again today let's talk about what's been happening in the world of farming games. We'll start by going over some new games announced by Chibig, the studio behind Summer in Mara and Dayland. Then we'll take a look at the Kickstarter campaign that just launched for Kitori Academy. We'll go over some games releasing in February, and we'll wrap up with some news about Rune Factory 5 and a chat about my hopes for today's Nintendo Direct. Let's start with some interesting games that were revealed by Chibig, the studio behind games such as Summer in Mara and Dayland, and who's currently working on Ankara Lost Days, planned to release sometime this summer. They're developing mostly farming games and are creating an immersive universe by reusing characters and lore between all of their games, and I think for the most part they have really good ideas. However, I'm gonna be honest, the only game I played so far was Dayland, and I did not enjoy it too much. It felt a bit shallow and was lacking something to really keep me interested, even though the concept of farming on a little planet sounded very fun. So taking this into consideration, I'm just trying not to get too excited over these games, but still I think that what they've announced has some potential, so let's talk about it. So they uploaded recently their Chibig Present, which was a video showcasing their upcoming games. To summarize, we got some new footage for Ankara Lost Days, the announcement of a Japanese release for Summer in Mara, a platforming game featuring Koa, the protagonist of Summer in Mara, but what I would like to talk about is Mika in the Witch's Mountain. Okay, so this one is not actually a farming game, but it looks very cozy, and I think a lot of you guys will be interested in this game as much as I am. So they are working in collaboration with a studio called Nuke Fist Games to create this game that is obviously very inspired by Kiki's Delivery Service, in which you're an apprentice witch that will have to deliver packages in order to complete her training. It looks like a very cozy experience, and the graphics remind me quite a lot of The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. I think if it wasn't for the witch in the footage, I would probably be thinking it's just footage from The Wind Waker. But I really like this art style. It's simple, but it's also very colorful and bright, and just looking at the footage from this game, it makes me happy. I hope the story will be interesting as well. So in the trailer, we can see some animated cutscenes. It's really heavily inspired by Kiki's Delivery Service, which I really loved. I love the story, and I'm hoping this game will also have a good story and interesting character development. And I think this idea has a lot of potential, and I'm looking forward to knowing more about the gameplay loop as well. Because in the trailer right now, we see Mika flying around and delivering packages. So is it just going to be delivering one package after the other, or will you maybe have to gather some materials, do other types of quests, maybe some fighting? I hope there's a bit more than just flying around, but nonetheless, I'm very excited for this game, which is set to release later this year for PC and consoles. So Mika and the Witch's Mountain is one of the games that they revealed, the second one being Elusive People. So this one was a bit more elusive, as the teaser trailer really didn't show much, but you're gonna be playing as a tiny person in a house, and you'll have to grow food, use kitchen utensils as tools, walk around the house and forage ingredients, all while avoiding dangers such as a cat. And honestly, all of this is making me so excited. I've always been fascinated by the idea of being tiny, especially in video games, and if you do too, you should check out Grounded. It's a very fun survival game that I've been playing. But yeah, so I like the idea. There's so much they can do with this, and if it's well done, it could be one of the most unique farming games we've played. But before we can make any conclusions, we're gonna have to wait for the release date in 2023. Alright, so now let's go back to our witches and talk about Kitori Academy. This is a game I've talked about in a few videos, and they launched their Kickstarter campaign yesterday, and they're already doing so well. They're already funded at 81%. So they're trying to get £29,000. They're at almost 24,000 right now, and there's still 29 days left. So for sure they're gonna meet their goal. So let's take a quick look at their campaign and see if we can learn anything new about this game. So if you've never heard about Kitori Academy, it's a cozy life simulator where you take the role of a wizard apprentice and have a cat as a companion. And it reminds me quite a lot of the older Harry Potter games, mixed with maybe Story of Seasons or Stardew Valley. So there are some farming elements, but you also get to go to this wizard school, Wizard Academy, and you go to classes and you learn spells and things like that. This game is going to be releasing on all major platforms, so Steam, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. There's going to be an alpha in late 2022, beta at the beginning of 2023, followed by a demo, And the full game will release in fall 2023 for Steam and Nintendo Switch. So I think this is gonna please a lot of people that the Switch version is coming out same time as the Steam version. And then a bit later in 2024, we're gonna get the PlayStation and Xbox versions. So in this game, as every good witch should, you're gonna have a cat. And when you go out of your room, your cat will actually transform into this little spirit companion. So that little spirit will help you in your quests and will help you with some various tasks. So as I said, you're in an academy in this game, so you're gonna have to go to classes, and by going to classes and doing assignments, you're gonna build up your magical skills, you'll unlock new recipes and learn new things. And here you can see, for example, there's a botanic classroom where you're gonna learn how to grow stuff. So you can see that instead of using a typical tool like a real hoe, you're gonna be using this hoe spell, and it's gonna summon a little magical hoe that's gonna till the soil for you. And same thing for the water. Here they're using a watering spell, and you've got this little blue spirit thing that waters the crops for you. And I think that's really interesting. I think it will solve a problem that's present, I think, in a lot of farming games, and that you have to carry a lot of different tools with you at all time, like a hoe and a watering can and a sickle and this and that. So if you use spells instead, I think it's gonna make things a little bit more seamless, and you're not gonna have to switch between all of your different tools. So I think this is a pretty good idea. But other than that, it seems like it's gonna be a pretty conventional farming system. And there's also a potion classroom. So of course you're gonna use the crops that you grow to make some potions. You can also, as you can see, they have a bug net here, so you can catch some bugs. I think you're gonna be able to do some fishing as well, or just go outside in the field to gather some ingredients. And it looks like there's some kind of minigame to craft the potions. Then you've got the cauldron here. There's also like a spell casting classroom. Here it seems like they're doing some kind of jewel, which really reminds me of the Harry Potter games. And it just looks so much fun, and let's just talk about how good this game looks. So this game is being developed by just 2 people, but everything's in 3D, and the lighting is so good, the animations are good, the models look good, everything just looks so polished. So I'm really impressed with this game. I've been following the progress for a while, and I'm just so excited for it. There's also going to be other classrooms that they're going to be revealing a little bit later, and some magical events. So there's going to be lots of weird things happening in this academy. So you've got chairs and stuff flying around here. Here there's some blue goo all around that you're going to have to clean up. So it seems like there's going to be lots of like little events and quests. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. You're also going to be able to go outside of school to gather ingredients and just go around the field. So far it looks like the fields are a bit empty, so I don't know, it might be just a work in progress for these areas so far, but I'm just so excited. And also there's going to be a lot of customization in this game, so you're going to be able to customize your cat. You're also going to be able to play with your cat, and it looks like this is also some kind of minigame, so I'm expecting to see quite a few minigames in this game. So as you can see here, there's lots of different cats, and you can also customize your character, so you can pick your skin color, pick your outfit, and you can customize your room. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And now let's take a look at some of the rewards. So the cheapest one is gonna be £15, and that gives you a basic access to the game when it releases in fall 2023 or spring 2024, depending on the platform that you pick, with some wallpapers and a little Discord role. So that's the cheapest way to get the game. And then you've got the beta access. So this one is £25, but if you want to play the game a little bit earlier, if you want to play at the end of 2022, you're gonna have to spend a little bit more, because the alpha is £100. And I don't know for you guys, but for me that's about 175 Canadian dollars. In US dollars, that's probably like 130 or something like that. For me, this just feels like a lot of money. Of course, you get actually 2 digital copies of the game. You get some special items in game. You get some special Discord roles. So there's a few other things. But yeah, £100 if you want to get the alpha. And then if you feel like spending a little bit more, actually quite a bit more, you can have your own cat in the game for £750. And for £1,000, you can have the statue of your pet in game. And here you can see if you want to have your pet in game. You can get a little idea of how it's gonna look like. So there's still like 8 spots left, I think, for this. So if you want to get your cat in game and you have 750 pounds just laying around to spend on this, and you want to immortalize your cat in a beautiful game, you can do that. Or you can get your statue here. Honestly, I think I would rather have my pet in game like this than a statue, because it just looks more like the real thing. But yeah, it's up to you guys. As I said earlier, the team is composed of just 2 people. So there's B, who works on the programming, designing, and community management and all of that, and Katinci, who's the 3D and 2D artist. So I just want to say good job to you guys. Katinci's doing so good. Like, look at these models, the animations, everything looks so smooth, everything looks so nice. And of course, B as well. Actually, B reached out to me to let me know about this game a few months ago, so thank you so much. I'm really excited, and I know that they will be able to bring this project to life. The only thing that I'm slightly concerned about is I don't see any stretch goals, so maybe they're gonna add them later during the campaign. But usually with games on Kickstarter, they're always gonna add like stretch goals. For example, if they reach 100%, they're just gonna do the games with everything that they've announced so far. And then if they reach a certain amount, they're gonna add a certain feature or like certain things. But so far, I just feel like £29 is not a lot for 2 people to work on a game for like 2 more years. I feel like it's really small. But of course, I know they're gonna get more because they still have 29 days left to go. So of course, they're gonna get way more money. But I feel like if they were adding stretch goals, they would be able to get so much more. But yeah, let's see. Anyway, I'm super excited for this game. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be putting the link to this Kickstarter in the description, so please feel free to check it out. But if you don't feel like waiting before playing a magic-themed farming game, you're lucky because we're being spoiled, and in less than 10 days, on February 18th, Brookhaven is releasing for PC. In this game, you're trapped in a storybook, and as you try to escape, you'll have to solve mysteries. You'll encounter over 80 different mythical creatures to befriend or fight. There's going to be a skill system, farming, crafting, romance, marriage, everything you would expect from a great farming game, but with a little magical twist to it. And if you're looking for something even more unusual with even weirder creatures, then you might be interested in Village Monsters, which comes out on the exact same date of February 18th, but it's also in early access, so you can try it right away if you really don't want to wait. In this game, you're in a world filled with glitches, and while you're trying to fix it, you're gonna be befriending tons of weird creatures, explore vast areas, you'll be able to participate in festivals, get a part-time job, do some fishing, gardening, and so much more. Both Brookhaven and Village Monsters have been made by solo developers who put years of hard work into their projects, and I really hope they get all the success they deserve. I'm gonna be putting links to their Steam pages in the description, and of course I'm gonna be trying out these 2 games as soon as I can around February 18th. Next, Exceed and Marvelous are going all in with the promotion of Rune Factory 5 ahead of the international release. So on February 7th, various websites and content creators were able to show previews of the game and stream it. I think I'm gonna have to wait until March 22nd before I can get my hands on the English version. So it comes out on the 22nd in North America and 25th, I believe, in Europe and Australia. But from what I could see, it seems like people are really enjoying the game so far, and Exceed has once again exceeded their expectations, and they did a great job with the localization, including the voice acting. They revealed all of the different voice actors, and they also posted some videos so you can take a listen, and some of these voice actors have previously voiced characters in the series. For example, Julianne Taylor, who's the voice for Beatrice, also voiced Rosetta in Frontier, and Megan Taylor Harvey, who will voice Priscilla, also voiced Violet in Tides of Destiny. So I'm super happy to see these voice actors coming back, and I think a lot of people are excited by this. I don't know much about voice actors, but I was reading on their Twitter where they made the announcements for the different voice actors, and a lot of people were really hyped up. So I think that's a really good thing. And if you'd like to judge by yourself and maybe compare the voice acting, I'm gonna be putting a link in the description to a video by my friend Cloudy from Cloudy Skies Gaming, who made a comparison video where you can hear the English and the Japanese version of each character, and yeah, I think they really did a good job Unfortunately, as far as I know, I don't think there's an option to switch between the English and Japanese voices in the game as of now, but I know that's something a lot of people are requesting, so let's hope that this maybe gets added in a patch or something in the future. Alright, so that's pretty much it for today's news. There's just one last little thing I would like to talk about. So you've probably heard it 100 times by now, but today there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct. And I just want to start a little discussion. I'm wondering, what are your hopes, dreams, or predictions for this Direct? I honestly usually don't care much about trying to predict things, but what about the new Story of Seasons game? So for the last 25 years, they've been pretty consistently releasing a game every year or every 2 years. And since Olive Town released in February of last year, I think it wouldn't be impossible to have a new game revealed during today's Direct, for maybe a release planned in the next 6 months or so. On top of that, Olive Town was revealed during a Direct in October of 2020, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some announcement in a segment for third-party games. Also, just keep in mind that the series is still celebrating its 25th anniversary until August of this year. They still have time to surprise us, and I'm hoping they're planning something fun. Do you think we're gonna get maybe some remake or a port of older games? Personally, what I would really like to see is a compilation of older games, even if they're just ports rather than full remakes. I really want to play games like A Wonderful Life or Magical Melody on my Switch, and I know a lot of younger players have missed out on these games, so I think that would be really nice. Or what about a port from a DS or 3DS game? Knowing that Trio of Towns was very popular, who knows, maybe they could do like what they did with Rune Factory 4 Special and put it on the Switch with a few added features. And of course right now I'm just dreaming about all the possibilities. Don't get your expectations too high, but I would really love to hear about Story of Seasons during today's Nintendo Direct. And that's pretty much it for what I had to say today. Let me know what you guys think. What are your hopes for the Direct? And what do you think about Kitori Academy, the voice actors for Rune Factory 5, as well as the new games from Chibig? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments. Please leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and I'm gonna see you all in the next video.